The wrong pairing between pants and shoes can shorten your legs, throw off your proportions, and make even the most expensive piece look out of place. Today, you'll discover exactly which shoe enhances each type of pants you have in your closet, understand why certain combinations work and others don't, and learn how to create harmonious looks that truly flatter your silhouette. The first rule that changes everything is realizing that pants and shoes work together to define your body's vertical line. When you get this duo right, your legs look longer, your posture improves, and your overall look gains flow. When you get it wrong, even if each piece is beautiful on its own, the outfit feels off and you can't tell why. That happens because our brain processes proportions instantly, and any break in visual harmony creates discomfort, even unconsciously. That's why you look at an outfit and feel that something's wrong without being able to explain exactly what.
Let's start with skinny jeans, still one of the most popular and versatile pieces in the wardrobe. The secret here is to create contrast at the bottom to balance out the tight fit. Low-cut ankle boots work perfectly because they mark where the pants end without competing with them. That cut creates a clear visual break that defines your ankle and adds structure to the look.
Chunky sneakers are also excellent choices. The shoe's volume balances the narrowing leg and avoids that matchstick effect that happens with overly delicate flats. Think of it this way. The skinny already tapers everything down, so if you wear a thin shoe underneath, the look loses its base weight and stability. A sturdy sneaker, on the other hand, grounds the outfit and creates a visually pleasing proportion. If you're going for heels with skinny jeans, opt for designs with a bit of visual interest, like a pointed toe pump that elongates even more, or wide-strap sandals that add visual appeal. A stiletto heel works beautifully here because it contrasts with the pant's minimal volume, creating an elegant and sophisticated line. Over-the-knee boots are also perfect partners for skinny jeans. They cover the pants completely and create a long, powerful silhouette. The most common mistake with skinnies is wearing minimalist flats or very simple ballerinas that make the outfit look unbalanced and unintentional. Not that those shoes are bad, but in this specific combination, they don't provide the structure needed. Skinny jeans need shoes with personality because they're already a statement piece on the legs. Now, flare pants require a completely different, almost opposite approach. The wide hem already adds volume at the bottom, so you need hike to avoid getting swallowed by the fabric. Platforms are your best friends here, whether sandals or sneakers. The raised sole ensures the hem doesn't drag on the ground and keeps your proportions balanced. Without that height, the pants literally drag, you visually lose leg length and risk ruining the hem. Block heels also work very well because they offer stability and fill the space under the hem harmoniously. The difference is that the block heel has presence. It doesn't disappear under the fabric. The biggest mistake with flares is wearing low flats or sneakers without a platform. The pants literally swallow the shoe, you lose height, and the outfit looks heavy, dragged down, and lacks lightness. If you're petite, this becomes even more obvious because the fabric-to-body ratio increases and you look like you're wearing someone else's pants. A golden tip for flares.
If you don't have a collection of platforms, choose flare pants with strategic length. The hem should be about 1 finger above the floor when you're barefoot. That way, when you put on a medium heel, around 6 or 7 centimeters, the length is perfect. Many people buy flares and leave the hem too long, thinking they'll always wear high heels. But the truth is, you need versatility. For wide leg pants, which fall straight and loose from hip to hem, you need structure at the bottom so you don't lose all definition. Mid or high shaft boots are perfect because they create a continuous line under the flowing fabric and give direction to the look. When the boot sits under the pants, you get that sense of continuity that elongates and structures the silhouette. Chunky loafers with thicker soles also balance the volume well. They have enough visual weight to anchor the pants with.
Block-heeled mules are another smart choice. They have presence without clashing with the pants. The block heel works especially well because it provides visual support that matches the fabric's width. Avoid delicate flip-flops or thin strap sandals that disappear under the fabric. With wide leg pants, if the shoe lacks structure, it simply vanishes and you lose all definition in the lower half of your body. The look ends up unanchored, almost floating. Another important detail: pay attention to the lengths of wide leg pants. Unlike flares, which should almost cover the shoe, wide leg pants work better when they show at least the heel or the back of the boot. This creates movement as you walk and keeps the outfit from looking too static.
If your wide leg drags too much, consider hemming it. Sometimes 2 centimeters make all the difference between sloppy and intentional. Classic straight leg pants are the most versatile and forgiving with different shoes, but they still have golden rules. These pants work well with Oxfords and Derbies because they share the same structured, elegant language. The straight line of the pants aligns perfectly with the square shape of these shoes.
Traditional loafers are practically made for them. This pairing is timeless. It works in any decade, any season. Classic sneakers like Converse or Vans also go perfectly when you want a more casual, effortless vibe. Straight leg pants can handle these sneakers because they're not too attention-grabbing themselves, allowing the shoes to stand out without imbalance. The secret here is to keep the line clean. The hem should lightly touch the shoe without dragging or sitting too short.
There's an ideal point tailors call a soft break. The pant just touches the shoe, creating a slight fold, a single crease in the fabric right above the footwear. That gives a perfect professional drape. If the hem is too short, exposing too much shoe and ankle, you lose the elegance of the straight leg cut. If it's too long, creating multiple folds, it looks sloppy or ill-fitted. The combination fails when you wear overly flashy or sporty shoes that break the natural elegance of the cut. Colorful running shoes, for example, clash with the refined nature of straight-leg pants. A minimalist white sneaker, however, elevates them.
Cropped pants change the game entirely because they expose your ankle, creating a new focal point and opening up endless possibilities. Here, you have more freedom to play since the cut already does half the defining work. Pointed toe flats elongate the leg because the cut above the ankle already adds lightness. You don't need extra height. The exposed skin does the trick. This visual trick is powerful. Exposed skin always creates a sense of continuity and elongation. Flat mules look modern and effortless with cropped pants because the visible ankle adds casual sophistication to the outfit. Thin strap sandals work because the bare ankle already gives you the definition you need. The mistake with crop pants is wearing tall boots that clash with the hem. It looks visually confusing. You can't tell if you meant to show or hide the ankle, and the whole purpose of the cropped cut is lost.
If you want to wear boots with cropped pants, choose ankle boots that end exactly where the pants do or slightly below, creating an intentional layer instead of an accidental overlap. Another important detail about cropped pants: where they end on your leg makes a difference. Ideally, they should end at the slimmest part, usually a few fingers above the ankle. That creates the illusion of longer, leaner legs. Cargo pants, with their bulky pockets and utilitarian vibe, call for shoes that match that relaxed, functional aesthetic. Chunky sneakers, combat boots, and lug-soled boots are natural combinations that respect the piece's DNA. Cargo pants have a military heritage. They carry attitude and practicality, so your shoes need to be in that same spirit. Even if you want to feminize the look, choose footwear that keeps some of that edge. A block-heeled boot with a rugged finish works. A delicate fin-strap sandal doesn't. The look falls apart when you try to force too much refinement with overly polished shoes. Cargo is about attitude, and the shoes need to sustain that. Chunky sneakers are perfect for cargo pants because they add even more intentional volume. Here, you're not trying to refine, you're embracing the streetwear aesthetic. Hiking boots also work beautifully, bringing that urban outdoor energy. If you want to soften the look a bit without losing its essence, go for white sneakers with thick soles. The white lightens things up while the sole keeps the edge. Avoid anything too delicate like ballet flats or minimalist sandals. Those shoes lack the structure needed to balance the cargo's bulk.
Another common mistake is wearing stilettos with cargo pants. Unless you're doing a highly intentional, well-thought-out contrast, that mix feels off because it merges very different style codes with no visual bridge. For tailored pants, structured fabric, and impeccable cuts, whether classic or modern, you need shoes that match that sophistication.
The classic pump is unbeatable for formality and elegance, especially in neutral tones that create a continuous line with the pants. Leather loafers bring relaxed sophistication, the perfect balance between formal and approachable. Smooth leather ankle boots work perfectly in cooler weather, keeping the look refined. Even minimalist white sneakers fit here, but they must be spotless and clean-lined. We're talking curated sneakers, not gym shoes. What doesn't work are shoes with too many details, overly bright colors, or chunky soles that strip away the tailoring seriousness. Tailored pants are already the star through their construction and fit. They don't need to compete with loud shoes. Elegance here lies in restraint, material quality, and perfect drape. When you add a flashy shoe, you dilute that message. If you want to add color or personality, do it through smaller accessories like a bag or jewelry, but keep the shoe as the solid base of the look. One smart exception: classic two-tone shoes like black and white Oxfords work with tailoring because they have history and tradition. They're not just flashy for no reason. One technical detail few people notice, but that changes everything: the shoe color relative to the pants directly affects visual elongation. Shoes in the same color family as the pants create continuity and stretch the silhouette, especially useful if you want to appear taller. The eye doesn't find a break, so it reads it all as one line. Black pants with black shoes are the most powerful example of this. You can easily gain 5 or 6 centimeters of visual height with that choice alone. Contrast, on the other hand, like dark pants with light shoes, cuts the vertical line and shortens the legs. That's not necessarily bad, but it should be a conscious choice. If you're petite, opt for shoes that chromatically match your pants whenever elongation is the goal.
If you're tall, you can play with contrast freely, even using it to create more interesting proportions. Very tall women sometimes want to visually shorten their line for balance, and color contrast between pants and shoes helps achieve that. Think about occasions too. Monochromatic looks with same-colored shoes tend to be more formal and elegant, while contrasts bring a relaxed and expressive touch. Use that strategically depending on where you're going and the message you want to send. Texture also matters more than you think and adds another layer of sophistication when done right. Smooth, structured fabrics call for shoes with similar finishes. Smooth leather, patent, or other polished materials. That texture coherence creates instant visual harmony.
More relaxed fabrics like linen, brushed cotton, or jersey pair better with less formal textures: canvas, suede, neoprene, knits. Mixing too many textures can make the outfit look messy and incoherent. It's not a rigid rule, but when you respect that harmony, your look naturally feels more balanced and intentional. There's also the question of sheen and finish. Pants with some shine, like satin or leather, call for shoes with some gloss too: patent, metallic, polished leather. Matte pants, on the other hand, pair best with matte or suede shoes. Again, you can break this intentionally for contrast. Just make sure it's a conscious choice, not an accident. The more you master these nuances, the more you can create looks that look expensive, regardless of the actual price.
Sophistication lies in coherence. Another crucial point many people forget is to consider the occasion and the reality of your life. A technically correct combination might be completely out of context. Tailored trousers with chunky sneakers work visually and are trendy, but does that fit your traditional corporate environment? You need to evaluate.
Cargo pants with pumps can be conceptually interesting, great for an editorial, but does it make sense in your everyday life? Dress for your real life, not a magazine spread. The best combinations are those that are not only beautiful, but functional for your routine and respectful of the social codes in your environments.
Also consider climate and practicality. There's no point in styling the perfect wide leg and tall boot combo if you live in a hot city and will overheat all day. It makes no sense to wear pumps with tailored pants if you need to walk a lot during the day. Fashion should serve you, not the other way around. Choose combinations that work both technically and practically. Sometimes the second best aesthetic option is actually the best overall choice when you factor in comfort and functionality. Let's also talk about smart investment. You don't need 20 types of shoes to make all these combinations work.
Focus on versatile key pieces that go with multiple pant styles in your wardrobe. A classic white sneaker works with skinny, straight, cropped, and even contemporary tailoring. A mid-shaft black boot pairs beautifully with flares, wide leg, and skinny jeans. A leather loafer works for straight leg, tailored, and cropped pants. Nude pumps in a tone close to your skin elongate any pant style and suit multiple occasions. Invest in these staple pieces first, then add more specific shoes as your style and needs evolve. Also, pay attention to your foot and leg shape. Some combinations work better for certain body types. If you have fuller calves, be careful with ankle boots that are too tight. They can cut your leg at an unflattering point. Opt for slightly taller boots or shoes that don't hit exactly where your calf is widest. If you have large feet, avoid shoes with too many straps that draw attention to them. Prefer cleaner, elongated lines. If you have small feet, you can play with details and even chunkier shoes without fear of distorting proportions. Knowing your body and working with it, not against it, is essential. The perfect pant and shoe combination isn't about following stiff rules from a 1950s manual. It's about understanding proportion, context, and intention. When you know what each cut calls for, you can make conscious choices that truly work for your body, lifestyle, and reality. Grab your most worn pants, look at the shoes you own, and start testing these combinations in practice. Take full body photos. Observe what elongates, what shortens, what balances, what throws things off. By practicing and observing closely, you'll train your eye to build outfits that make sense from head to toe. And always remember, good fashion is the kind that works for you, not just what looks pretty on a hanger or on a 511 model. Dress for your life, your body, and who you are.